Enzo Maresca to be announced today as Chelsea head coach. Chelsea set to confirm Maresca appointment today. Hi Sport enthusiasts, Hi Sport aficionados on our Star Play channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share our post to your communities. Wow. Enzo Maresca set to succeed Mauricio Pochettino as Chelsea head coach. 44-year-old Enzo Maresca, Italian, is leaving Leicester City after leading them to promotion to the Premier League by winning the championship for them. Enzo Maresca preferred to Thomas Frank, Roberto Di Zerbi, and Kylian McKenna for the job. Chelsea are set to confirm Enzo Maresca as their new head coach today on Monday. The 44-year-old who will succeed Mauricio Pochettino at Stamford Bridge has agreed a 5-year deal and will move from Leicester after leading them back to the Premier League by winning the championship. Enzo Maresca was Chelsea's #1 choice after a shortlist featuring Brentford boss Thomas Frank, Ipswich manager Kylian McKenna, and Brighton Roberto Di Zerbi was drawn up. The Italian release clause at the King Power Stadium is understood to have been between €8 million and €10 million. Enzo Maresca is taking 6 members of his backroom staff from Leicester with him, including former Chelsea goalkeeper Willy Caballero. Chelsea co-sporting director Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart led the recruitment process after being entrusted by co-owners Bedard Egali and Todd Bowley. They travelled to Marbella for face-to-face talk with Maresca after Leicester gave permission for discussion to commence. Chelsea were impressed by the depth and breadth of Maresca's knowledge about their squad in talk with his representatives, as well as his focus on the way Chelsea want to play and his desire for the job. Enzo Maresca's obsession with possession and positional play made him the leading candidate to replace Pochettino, who left by mutual consent. The contract length reflects that Chelsea are focused on bringing long-term success back to the club and hence any future speculation about renewal. Senior Chelsea figure believes the new head coach Enzo Maresca will be the final piece of the jigsaw to fit into the new modern structure they have built at the club. The West London club expect to be busy in the transfer market this summer with players coming and going. Trading is likely to see the signing of a new number 9 and central back, while the future of high-earners such as Romelu Lukaku and Kepa Arrizabalaga need to be resolved. Chelsea have had a very thorough process with Kylian McKenna, Thomas Frank and Roberto Di Zerbi, all considered, but they feel Maresca is the one for them. Oh, don't forget to subscribe on our Star Play channel. While the news keep going, Enzo Maresca is going to start his work with Chelsea today. The others were all very impressive candidates, but Chelsea feel at this moment in time that Enzo Maresca is the man for them and he shares their vision for the future. Enzo Maresca is only been a manager for 1.5 seasons. He was a manager at Parma in the Italian second division and then he got the Leicester job. There have been some issues behind the scene and not all Leicester fans have been completely happy with him, even though he got them promotion back to the Premier League. There were problems about recruitment and problems about the fact that Leicester have been charged for allegedly breaking PSR profitability and sustainability rules, and they are also under a transfer embargo from the EFL. English Football League. There have been issues, but Chelsea just want a head coach. They want somebody who is going to coach the first team squad and deal with the media. Everything else they feel they have in place. You have to remember that Mikel Arteta didn't have any prior experience of having managed in the Premier League before joining Arsenal, but he had worked under Pep Guardiola, which is exactly the same as Maresca. I am not saying he's a better manager than Arteta, but he has more experience than he did when he took over at Arsenal. Don't underestimate the Pep effect. If you have worked under Guardiola, you have got a head start when going for this sort of jobs. However, you still have to impress, which Enzo Maresca has done during this talk. Chelsea have been told about his knowledge in the Chelsea squad. Enzo Maresca has the knowledge about the Chelsea squad, including the young team player. His encyclopedia. Despite having managed less than 70 senior matches, just 53 in England and none in the Premier League, Enzo Maresca is set to become Pochettino's successor at Stamford Bridge. Even So he arrives with high expectation. The 44-year-old Enzo Maresca will take on the job in similar circumstances to when Claudio Ranieri arrived in 2000 with demands to reach the Champions League. Pochettino's surprise departure from Stamford Bridge largely boiled down to the Blues missing out on the top four. Chelsea owner watched last month's Champions League semi-final wondering why such a stage was not within the club reach. But despite his relative inexperience, Chelsea do not just see Enzo Maresca as a manager capable of getting them into Europe Premier League club competition. They want an attractive style of football based on possession and dominance. His attachment and schooling within the Pep Guardiola philosophy plays a major part in their thinking. A Manchester City-like style of play is what Maresca has brought to Leicester during his year at the King Power. That same patient play will rank Guardiola's side bottom of the Premier League for forward pass proportion year after year was embedded almost overnight. In the Championship, only Southampton percentage was lower than Leicester last season. Enzo Maresca is so embedded in that Guardiola style of play that he was always going to attract interest when he was able to make that style successful, and that is what he has done at Leicester. It felt like the club had though outside the box to bring Enzo Maresca in, a man with a lot of tactical knowledge whose acumen has been raved about. That's not only as Pep Guardiola assistant but with Manchester City under 21 and a first-team coach at West Ham. Head coach almost in the bag, Chelsea attention now turns to improving Enzo Maresca's squad. Despite signing two goalkeepers last summer, the Blues want a new number one, unsurprising given Petrovic fighters. The departure of Thiago Silva necessitates the signing of a new centre-back, Tosin Adarabioyo, who is out of contract at Fulham, has been offered a deal but is also wanted by Newcastle. Leslie James and Ben Chilwell never-ending injury issues could lead Chelsea to target new fullback while their search for a proven number 9 continues despite a combined €84 million outlay on forward Nicolas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku last summer. Jackson showed flashes of promise during his debut season, scoring 14 goals in 31 starts, but is not the dependable target man Chelsea have been crying out for, perhaps dating all the way back to the departure of Diego Costa in 2017. The Boliclalac ownership has sanctioned more than €1 billion of transfer spending since arriving 2 years ago. Expect that to continue. This is the intriguing analysis all about Enzo Maresca. Don't forget to like and share our comment on All Star Play channel. Help me post this on your communities and let us go viral. We hit 4,000 watch hour through Chelsea fan. Thank you, and we see you in our next update. Up Chelsea.